Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another YouTube video. I'm Sean's Mapping or the Sultanate Empire, and in today's video, we are going to be continuing What If Civilization Started Over. Now, let me just say this I do have plans for the future. If you stick around long enough into the well future, my series of What If Civilization Started Over will be a 4 season long series that is going throughout the entire history of my channel for the near future. Now, I will upload other things and, other series alongside it as, time comes, but it will be one of the primary focuses of my channel. Now, I also have a question for you guys. Would you like me to upload gameplay videos on my channel of me playing like various games here and there? Like either a one time thing of gaming or, you know, not gaming. Essentially, just keep it civilization and mapping. Also, you may look the map looks a little different. That is because I did already record this video, but now I have to re-record it because the as I was recording, the recording decided to stop. And when I was gonna edit that part, together with just a continuation, um, the file got corrupted, and and I lost the file. That seems to happen a lot to me, and I don't know why. So just to do a quick brief summary, we had the red team and the light blue team down here explore parts of South America. The light blue team landed in the southern point of Argentina. Down over here, they first landed in the Falkland Islands and then took the southern point of South America. The red team landed over here in Uruguay, claiming these areas. The blue team expanded a little bit. And also, you may notice that there are small, like, capital cities here in the colonies. Those are basically like the provincial governmental bodies and like major capital cities of the colony. Basically, that's where the governmental figures of the colony exist. Think, if you know your history, New Spain, a colony of the Spanish Empire in America. New Spain, if you know, was not directly controlled by the Spanish king or queen. They were controlled by a regent appointed by the king and queen that basically ran New Spain's colony. And New Spain then went on to control parts of the Pacific, like Guam, the Philippines, and many other Pacific islands that the Spanish quote unquote controlled. But instead, it was a colony of a colony, essentially, if you look at it like that. As New Spain controlled all of Central America and the Spanish American holdings, and then they colonized the Pacific and took Pacific islands essentially, with the Spanish government only really controlling bits and pieces of colonies scattered around the world, primarily just controlling their American colony. That's the only real colony they controlled. Any other colonies, like in the Pacific, were primarily controlled by the regent appointed by the King and Queen of Spain in New Spain, essentially. Anyways, that's enough blabbering from me. More updates. The Orange Team countries are yet again continuing their war, uniting and doing all of that, while the African Pact or Accord does absolutely nothing. India continues to reunify itself with them invading a country that was up here, and also them invading and, or well, unifying and uniting actually with a country that is right over in this area, right over there. Now, that is the updates done and over with. Let us move to other news and other events happening elsewhere, shall we? One of the first things that we see happening is the Brown team not reunifying. No, that will just not happen. But they basically they begin and start to have a long line of child kings, just like India, as They die of illness, sickness, assassination, all of this stuff at young ages. Now, this happening to them is most definitely sad, and I mean, look at them. They once had a great empire that spanned from Brittany all the way down here to Africa. Their empire was huge. They could have controlled parts in America, for colonies. But now they're having internal issues, stability issues, problems. Meanwhile, Poland has its own problems. It is having internal revolutions and riots within the German part of their union. As you may know, Germany and Poland united into one big boy country due to their governments being very friendly and close. Finland, however, seeing this is getting very, very happy as they enjoy the turmoil and demise of Poland since, well, they're very friendly and good with each other. Now, down here, we have Greece. Greece is fairly independent still, but not for long, as the government, well, the king of Greece, basically sells his entire country over to the Aegean kingdom, which pisses off the Turkish Empire, but it nothing can really be done, essentially. Nothing can really be done. Now let's move over to Oceania and Australia as we look at a couple things that happen down here. One of the first things that happens down here is a unification. What kind of unification, you may be asking yourself? Well, a unification between these three countries right over here. These three countries right over here unite and unify into one massive super country that actually rivals the pink team in terms of strength. Now, they will in fact keep all three capitals as it's an early union and they're not, comfortable with just letting one capital and one ruler lead them. So they have a three-party system, well, a three government system with each, yeah, you get it. It's a union. You get the point of a union. Now the pink team themselves are, you know, locally not that big, but they do have a vast and strong navy. Now, the Southern Australian uh, Union basically rivals them in navy, but they have a better military than the pink team because the pink team, as you can see, does not have that much land and not that much population. Now, they do counteract that with basically their simp down here in the gray country. And yes, when I say simp, I mean simp. This gray country literally does everything the pink team asks them, no questions asked. Like if the pink team tells them to go jump off of a cliff, these guys will jump off of a cliff, not questioning like it at all. If the pink team tells them, hey, go kill that person because I don't like that person, they will go kill that person because the pink team doesn't like that person. If the pink team tells them to go jump in front of a car, they will jump in front of a car. Like these guys will do anything the pink team says without asking a single question. Loyalty. But I mean, I don't know why they do that. They just do that. Hey, whatever floats your boat. Meanwhile, down here in New Zealand, the two New Zealand countries, as you will know, New Zealand was once a unified empire until their kingdom split in two, with the Southern Kingdom being the successionist kingdom and the North being the original kingdom. Now, the Kingdom of New Zealand, or well, the Empire of New Zealand, once existed as a unified country. Now, these two kingdoms have existed for around 600. or sorry, 95 years before exploration and before their discovery, these two kingdoms existed. But the Empire of New Zealand is dated to have existed well before that due to the New Zealand tribes uniting into one and becoming a one unified kind of tribal empire, essentially, if you will. Kind of like what the Aztecs and Incas and Mayans were in America. But that will be it for Oceania. Sorry, I was thinking of what next I had planned because most of the times I don't plan these videos, I just kind of get them done, if you catch my drift. But we will be moving into some other things that will be happening. Like, for example, the Korean countries reuniting into one single Korea. Well, the green team joins willingly, the gray team joins willingly, and the blue team is coerced into joining. Otherwise, death, destruction. You know, the essential things. Meanwhile, we have the Hokkaido, Japan country up here. And if that is not Hokkaido, feel free to correct me, but I do believe that is Hokkaido. They expand and make a bigger colony up here in the this area of this region, which I believe in our world is actually controlled by the Soviets. Well, the Russian Federation. Now, also, I would just like to say I may do content like mapping videos that are based off of political and real world events, but do be mindful, they are not political in the slightest. I am not someone who likes to get into politics. I'm not a very political person. You know, if someone does bad, then hey, that's a bad thing. Stop doing that. If someone does good, then hey, you got to give them prop where props are due. You know, and if you ask me for my opinion on the current ruling president of the United States of America, I can give you that. But do not ask me to go into various details or ask me, "Hey, are you like a liberal or a Republican or this or that?" I will not tell you because honestly, I do not care. I'm not the type of person to pick a side. If you do good for the country, you do good for the country. If you do bad for the country, get the heck out, you know? What's the point of you being there if you're not going to fix the place? Me personally, I don't care who's in charge, just fix our country, essentially. Anyways, back to the video. I just said I wasn't going to get political, and I did. There's me getting off track again. In the meantime, we are going to see as the purple team, well, the Holy Arabian Empire down here reunifies with some of the countries, primarily these two, as these countries are kind of fearing for their life with the other two countries essentially, um, how would one put it, invading everyone that is smaller than them. So they unite, and what happens following that unification is this country right down here takes this area. And then we see a war. A war between the this country right over here and this country right over here. Well, they're not fighting each other. They're fighting the Holy Arabian Empire. So we see them form just like so. Or well, invade just like so. As this was a surprise invasion, but I mean, the northern Arabian like kind of kingdom people were fairly much expecting this, so they are only really able to gain land in that one area and nowhere else. Meanwhile, they quickly invade the southern country just like so, and they quickly gain ground and push, push just like this. Wow, my English is just so immaculate today. My English is just the best thing in the world. I am so good at speaking English. It is totally not my first language, and I totally do not suck at speaking it. I promise. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that will be all for today's video. We will continue this war in the next video that will be coming up fairly soon. I'm John's Mapping or the Sultanate Empire. If you, ladies and gentlemen, enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit the like button beneath the video. If you did not enjoy the video, go ahead and hit that dislike button beneath the video. If you want to be notified or updated of the next time I upload or post a post on my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and then hit that bell notification icon next to the subscribe button to be notified the next time I post a video. I'm Sean's Mapping or the Sultanate Empire, and I hope you, beautiful ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you may be, wherever you may live, and I'll see y'all in the next video. See you. I just completely blanked on what I was supposed to say there. Wow, this is one amazing outro. I'll see you, beautiful ladies and gentlemen, next time. See ya.